torpedo just got sucked down underwater, and the object just descended back down into the depths, and they never recovered the torpedo.
Jesus.
And this happened in the late 90s.
The Alaska Triangle is a mysterious region where strange events happen without explanation, and it's even more mysterious than the well-known Bermuda Triangle. What secrets lie beneath the surface of these waters, and what can we learn from recent sightings about the undiscovered parts of our planet? The Alaskan Triangle. It's got thick forests, tall mountains, and big glaciers, making it a good spot for strange things to happen. What if all the new sightings of strange flying objects underwater? Alaska has special things like magnetic fields, weather conditions, and features of the land that could make it easier to see unusual things in the sky. To really understand why people see these things, we need to know about all these special things in Alaska.
This is what happened to the vertical sphere in the sky. Something flew inside of it and pulled it out of shape. You see these two little, I don't know, there's like two little wings out there. And we looked at that and I said,
People in Alaska have been seeing strange things in the sky for a long time, even back to many years ago. In 1969, for example, a person in the US Navy saw something weird coming out of the ocean. They described it as something very bright and not like anything they had seen before. These old stories often talk about things in the sky that don't fly like normal planes. Alaska's UFO, 11th February 2023, a US F-22 fighter jet on Friday shot down an unidentified object flying high over Alaska.
Today, under President Biden's order, a U.S. fighter pilot shot down an unidentified unmanned object the size of a small car.
Less than a week after the military brought down a Chinese balloon that had flown across the United States. A Sidewinder missile downed the latest craft, which was about the size of a small car, said U.S. Brig General Patrick Ryder, the Pentagon's chief spokesperson. We don't know who owns this object, said White House spokesperson John Kirby, adding that it was unclear where it began its flight. The Pentagon said it was first detected on Thursday using ground radars. F-22 aircraft were then sent to investigate. The UFO was flying at about 40,000 feet, 12,190 meters, in a northeasterly direction, posing a risk to civilian air traffic. Many years ago, there were some very strange events in Alaska. In 1969, a U.S. Navy officer saw something very unusual coming out of the water. It was very bright and moved in a way that no known aircraft could. Another strange event happened in 1986 when the crew of Japan Airlines Flight 1628 saw multiple UFOs while flying over Alaska. What made this sighting unique was that the experienced flight crew gave detailed descriptions, and ground radar confirmed their sighting. During the Cold War, Alaska was very important because it's close to the Soviet Union. So, the military had bases and radar stations there, and they often reported seeing strange things in the sky. But the military didn't like to talk about these sightings publicly, which made people wonder if they were hiding something. People who saw these UFOs often described them as being able to move in really weird ways, like speeding up or changing direction suddenly. Some sightings even involved objects coming in and out of the ocean, hinting at the idea of secret underwater bases. These objects usually had bright lights and were seen in remote areas. Over the years, Alaska has still been a place where people report seeing UFOs.
And they are round. And he says they're doing the strangest thing. They're going like to this peak in a group, to this peak in a group, to this peak in a group, and then they'd all take off.
In February 2023, the U.S. Air Force shot down a strange object flying high above Alaska. This object had traveled over Alaska and then headed northward into the sea at a slow speed. Pilots who saw it had different stories. Some said their aircraft's sensors were messed up by the object, while others couldn't figure out how it was moving. And the object didn't seem to have any cameras or spying equipment, which added even more mystery to the whole thing. Why scientists remain skeptical. Many people have reported seeing strange things underwater in Alaska, but most scientists don't believe it. They say there's not enough solid proof to support these claims. Scientists like to have physical evidence, like clear pictures, radar data, or pieces of the strange objects. Without this evidence, they think there could be other explanations for what people see, like tricks of the light or confusing weather conditions. Alaska's unique environment might have something to do with why people see strange things in the sky there. Because it's so far north, Alaska is affected by changes in the Earth's magnetic field more than other places. These changes can be picked up by scientific equipment, and they might even make people think they're seeing UFOs when they're not. Alaska's weather is also different because of its location and its big mountains. This can make the sky look different and might make people see things that aren't really there.
There are trenches, deep water trenches. Some of the coastlines are 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 feet deep. So there's so many places to hide things underwater. Naturally, extraterrestrials would be heading underwater. It's a great place to hide.
Fleet of them, look on the ASA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude.
Alaska has a lot of different rocks and landscapes, and they all have different magnetic properties. This could also affect what people see in the sky. For example, areas with certain types of rocks might make strange things show up on radar, or look strange to people watching the sky. In wrapping up, the mystery of UFO sightings in Alaska continues to capture our imagination. As we explore further and gather more evidence, we may one day unravel the truth behind these mysterious sightings in the skies above Alaska.